We are back on a Friday as creditors. They have voted on a $32 billion settlement that would see 3 tobacco giants pay the provinces, territories, and smokers. Here's Dr. Iris Gorfinkel, who joins us for a checkup of the latest health headlines. And this is a big number, Dr. Gorfinkel, $32 billion, but it's also being met with some criticism. Does this settlement, does it go far enough?
So what does $32 billion even mean? How much is Canada spending a year, per year, on the costs, medical and otherwise, of smokers? Well, $17 billion, Bob. That's a lot of money. And so that's not even 2 years of payments. And I'm not including what families are looking at. So if you look at how much people themselves are getting, the smokers and their families, it comes to a few $1,000s a person. And let me think, how much does it cost, sorry to be like really gross about it, to cremate a person? More than that, just to cremate. We're not talking about their medical expenses. So does it go far enough? I don't think so.
Should the settlement also do something when it comes to helping people quit smoking as well?
$1 billion of that fund is going to helping people quit smoking. The most of that money is going to governments to put out programs to help individuals and help defray medical expenses. But as I say, with the costs being so incredibly high, it hardly scratches the surface.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about this other study, and I don't think this is news to us, but it is enlightening nonetheless, with regards to the impact certain foods have on our bodies and how it may disrupt our body's ability to fight cancer cells.
This is such an interesting study. They took 80 individuals who had colorectal cancer, because it's really on the rise in millennials, and we're trying to understand, why would people in their 30s and 40s be twice at the risk of developing colorectal cancer than they were in 1950? And the answer seems to be linked to ultra-processed foods. So these are foods that are high in omega-6s. The healthier fats are in omega-3s. That's what's in your fatty fish, salmon, mackerel. That's what's in your walnuts. And the problem is, when they look at the tumor cells, they can actually see more of these omega-6s. Those come from seed oils, and that's the kind of oils, especially with linoleic acid, that manufacturers use to make ultra-processed foods. You know the kind I'm talking about, the ramen noodles we all love. All of those foods that are researched to the hilt so that we don't know when we're full.
All right, just ahead of the holidays, Health Canada is out with a new recall. They've issued a candle recall.
Yeah, the power of the one. This is such an amazing story. I mean, one individual writes to Health Canada, no one gets hurt, and they say, you know what, the flame on my candle is too high. And Health Canada responds with a voluntary recall of 12,000 candles made by a company, I kind of pity the company actually, called Maison Lavande. So all candles sold between May 1st, I believe, and November 24th are recalled. And these are scented candles in ceramic things. So, it's quite incredible what one single report was able to do.
All right, but the advice is don't light those candles?
Well, they can return them to the manufacturer to get a full refund on their candles.
Okay. This story has been making the rounds, and pictures of Brandi Glanville. Did I say her name correctly?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, Brandi Glanville.
From the Real Housewives, and she has spent $70,000 trying to treat parasites in her face.
Yeah.
Is this accurate?
Well, this is the amount she claims, and $10,000 of that bill apparently went to laboratory fees to try to figure out what the heck is going on. This is a woman who is under tremendous stress. Apparently, from what I gather, she had lost 5 teeth before this began, and she was having all this horrible stress with coworkers. So who knows what was going on? And then she got fired from the show. We're talking major stress. Everyone I see in my office practically asks me, is it stress that's causing my problems? And you know what? It generally holds hands with problems, but doesn't cause them. So what is it? Is it related to stress? Is it related to a parasite? As they say in Yiddish, ich weiß, I know. I have no idea what her personal problems are related to, but I can promise you that when we are stressed to the max, it is extremely damaging.
But is this a thing? Have doctors, medical officials seen this before? Parasites actually under the skin in your face?
There are a number of parasites that can do that, but they're usually not particularly challenging to diagnose because they're right under the skin. You can actually see them and sometimes even pull them out to identify them. So I imagine $10,000 after laboratory tests and they haven't been able to find it, it might fall into that category of we don't know. And I would encourage her to keep looking. Rare diseases exist. There's actually over 10,000 of these. No doctor can possibly know them all.
All right, I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you, Dr. Iris.
Thank you.
All right.